Zdravkoming is now live. Streaming MLB The Show 26, MLB The Show 26 Houston franchise mode.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. An AL West matchup on the show. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Houston Astros. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And towing the mound for Houston in this one, Christian Javier. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? That's tough to do, to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
The 0-1. This one in the air, center field. Myers coming on. Takes it in for the out. All right, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. Singing this righty-heavy lineup is a bit unusual against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Boog, certainly bucks the old conventional wisdom, and I'm not sure I see the vision from the manager on this one. You're not exactly putting your players in the best situation to succeed when you roll out a lineup like this. Maybe they've seen something on video that tells them there's a weakness to exploit. Perhaps that's it.
Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Two outs, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Yoan Moncada. And that one is in for a strike. The 0-1. And a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Up the middle and base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Adele in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Moncada, the runner at first with 2 gone. And the sweeper is in for a strike. Adele wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges.
Ball. Ball.
3-1 now. Right through there for a strike.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And a 3-2. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
Very close off the outside corner. Could have easily been called a strike in that location.
And next for the Angels, Zach Neto.
Hey.
First and second, 2 down. Here in game 3 of this 4-game series. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. So they strand a pair. Now here come the Astros. No score.
That's that RMG. Whoa, wait. My whole team. Whoa, wait. We don't need no play. Shoot like Z. Whoa. Big old teams with the team. Had a stand for.
We go to the bottom of the first. And getting the start for the Angels, Grayson Rodriguez. What do you have on him, Chris?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Digging in, Jeremy Pena. Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun. Foul ball there. On the ground, out to short. Throws to first in time. One gone, bottom half of the first. Now we check out the Astros lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand. Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, and you can play around a little bit more as the at-bat expands.
Lined, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
When you go 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 0 for 8, it seems like an eternity, especially to start the season, because that's the one thing. Players want to get that first one out of the way so that they feel like, all right, I'm going to avoid this prolonged 0 for to start the season and get into a slump.
Isaac Paredes, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Runner on the go. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Man at first, one away. And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
And now it's Christian Walker. 2 for 6 so far in the series.
Hey!
The 0-1. Late with the swing there.
Good fastball going early until they show they can make some good contact. You keep on throwing the pitch.
Oh, 0-2 now. Breaking ball,
Yep,
and that
I got
him.
him. Take your bait.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. 1 run batted in yesterday. Their only run of the game.
Hey!
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Nope. Ball one.
Two on, two outs. Here's the 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two on, two outs. Stays alive. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. One runs in. Relay throw home. The tag. And he's safe. And they take a two-run lead. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
So, runner at second, two down. Here's Carlos Correa. Man on second, two down. Yeah. That's in for a strike. And it's 1-1.
It's a good changeup to hit up in the zone. I don't think he recognized it. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. On the ground right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this two-run double. It's now a 2-0 ball game. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. On now to the top half of inning number 2. So in now for the Angels, Josh Lowe. And that drops in for a strike. Ripped on a line to center. Myers on his way over. One away.
Batting seventh, catcher Logan O'Hoppe.
Now here is Logan O'Hoppe. Had an RBI yesterday. One of the 2 runs they scored in the game. Ball one, no strikes.
That's ball two.
Javier in his 7th season, 28 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. The wind to kick the 2-0. And that one fouled off. Popped up. Walker settles under it. And there's 2 away.
Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
2 down, bases empty. Jorge Soler digs in now. He swings and fouls one off. Oh, 1 down. Gets the outside corner with that one. He'll challenge, thought that was a ball. And that one was indeed a strike. So they'll lose their first challenge. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, still 0-2.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
Way high there. And that is ball one. Outside with a breaking ball.
Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire. And out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that'll do it. Angels held in check. They trail it here 2-0. Bottom of the inning. At the plate is the Astros catcher, Yainer Diaz. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. One up, one down.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay close.
Center fielder, Jake.
So next up for Houston, Jake Myers. 0 for 6 in the series so far. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Here's your 1.
Ball 1.
And that one clips the corner. Missed
That's
with a
ball 3.
changeup. Full count now. Fought off foul. Myers stays alive. Payoff pitch. On the ground to third.
Nope,
and that's
foul ball.
just foul. Three-two. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
Batting ninth, right fielder, Cam Smith.
And stepping in for the Astros, Cam Smith.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Ball, that's in.
The 1-1. Left field. And it falls. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Pena now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Well, if he's going to steal second, You want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Smith off of first with 2 away. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that'll fall for a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the Astros.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Two on, 2 outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
I think he was sitting off speed right there because he just let the fastball go by.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
A defensive swing right there. Some cheese on the inside part of the plate. But the hands are still stinging after that one.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And this one squirts away from the catcher. The throw to third. Tag safe. And a wild pitch. And both runners are in scoring position.
No trouble moving up to second on that play with the ball getting that far away from the catcher. Nice job to take advantage of the wild pitch.
Two outs, 2 in scoring position, bottom half of inning number 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. And a payoff pitch. And that'll load the bases.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Designated hitter.
Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. He struck out swinging at his first at bat.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
The 0-1. And that's in there at the knees.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at bat through the count.
Pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a really good take.
In the air to left center. Lowe has a beat on it. That is the inning. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. On to the 3rd inning. So in now for the Angels, Oswald Peraza. Late swing fouled off.
Ball, that's out.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Out towards right center field. Myers in position. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Angels.
And here's a look at
First
how he's
baseman,
using his pitches in
Nolan
this one.
Shallow.
Back to the top of the Angels lineup. Nolan Shallow getting ready to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Ball 1. That's a ball.
Next offering upstairs. And that's through there for a strike.
That's not the first time they've watched a fastball zip by for a strike. I don't know if they're taking intentionally in those spots, but I'd like to see them more aggressive with those pitches.
This one in the air, center field. 2 away.
Up next for the Angels, center fielder Mike Trout.
Here's Mike Trout. He's 0 for 1.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
Aye!
That keeps the zone. 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake. I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch. Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
And that'll do it. So they go quietly there. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Astros 2 and the Angels nothing. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Back here in Houston. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Christian Walker. That one almost got him.
Hey!
Swing and a foul out of play. Comes a 2-2. And there's a ball.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swung on, popped up left side. And there's one away.
Up next for the Astros, second baseman, Jose
Altuve up to hit here. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up. Fastball for a strike. What a stop. Throw to first, and they get the out.
Up next for the Astros, third baseman, Carlos Correa.
2 outs, base is empty. So next up for Houston, Carlos Correa. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat.
Ball.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Fights it off. He'll see another. Two down, nobody on.
Ball. That's out.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That
Ball
one missed.
in.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the third out. Astros are down quietly, but they're on top 2-0. Back here in Houston, so in now for the Angels, Yoan Moncada.
That's a ball. Hey.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
No. Inside.
That's
Ball,
outside.
that's out.
And it's 3-2.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Angels, right fielder.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Now batting Joe Adell. Worked a walk at his first trip to the plate.
Nope.
The 1-0.
Ball 2.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Smith turns to the right on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Angels, shortstop, Zach Neto.
Now here is Zach Neto. Fly to center his first time.
Ball one.
Moncada at first, one gone. And that is out of play. Good job to fight that one off. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
You know, variant speeds can be just as useful for a pitcher as movement. As you see right there, it really wasn't a great location, but the fact that the velocity change had the hitter off balance, and that's all you got to do sometimes.
Here comes the 0-1. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike two.
He's been very consistent with his command out there on the mound, consistently throwing at the knees. Pretty impressive when a guy can repeat his delivery like this.
And they'll do it again. Got him swinging. Angels strand one. They're still down. It's 2-0. Bottom four. At the plate is the Astros catcher, Yainer Diaz. And that's downstairs.
That's down.
Ball one. Activity in the bullpen for the Angels. Jordan Romano, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Silson also getting ready. The 1-0.
Aye.
Swing and a miss at a slider. Inside, almost got him. In the air to left center. Low gets under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Astros.
So next up for Houston, Jake Myers. Trying to bunt his way on. Bare hand grab over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Astros.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Smith.
Two down, bases empty. Cam Smith up next for the Astros. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Oh, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one finds the corner. That's strike two. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
That one at 95 missed up top, and now it's 3-2. Jeremy Pena waiting to hit for Houston. Two down, nobody on. This one in the air, right field. Diving, gets down, could be extra bases. Around second now as they still don't have it. And this is going to be a two-out triple.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. That could be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
So a runner at third, two outs. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros, 1 for 2. Two outs and one in scoring position.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Inside, almost got him. Ground ball to the right side. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. One left for Houston as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. New inning getting started. Here's the Angels catcher, Logan O'Hoppe. Yeah, that's fouled off.
You know, these Angels doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
0-2 now. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Jorge Soler up at the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing at a ground ball. Oh, look at the stop. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
And next for L.A., Oswald Peraza. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Ball 1.
Just missed. The 2-1 is high.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Stays alive.
Now this offense has just been locked down, almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
Popped in the air, left field. Alvarez under it, and that is that. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's the Astros 2 and the Angels nothing.
We got the mass appeal. Whole lot of facts on facts on facts on facts on facts for real. Major League World Series Game 7. Whole lot of
Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Jordan Romano, getting ready to make his season debut. Air Jordan steps in to take his hats. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boo, light tower power?
That's right. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Isaac Paredes.
Well, these Astros doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
On the ground to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Goes to second for 1. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Christian Walker up next for the Astros. And first offering is fouled off. Walker, 34-year-old vet, he made his major league debut in 2015, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2012. 2 down, nobody on, and it's fouled away. Got him. That's out number 3. Nothing doing there for Houston, but they hold the 2-0 lead. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far.
Your footsteps through the dark, the colors shape an amazing display, but aurora's not as bright as your smile beneath the light of distant stars. The faintest traces that Jay left to painting memorized that I kept.
Stephen Oker will take over here. This is his first appearance of the season. Now it's the Angels leadoff man, Nolan Schanuel. Nice play to his knee, the throw, and very nicely done for the out.
A quick move to his left, fully extended there in front of the shortstop to make the grab. Up with it, then a strong, accurate throw across the diamond to complete this highlight play.
And now batting, Mike Trout.
Nope.
The Angels trailing by 2, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And now Yohan Moncada. He's 2 for 2. Right through there for a strike.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And the lefty with the 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. The 0-2. And that one goes straight to the backstop. And now a man into scoring position.
Next for the Angels, right fielder Joe Adell.
Here's Joe Adell. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Angels lead 1. They trail things here 2-0. Back here in Houston and stepping in for the Astros, Jose Altuve. Just missed. Movement in the bullpen. Brent Suter, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Silson, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Popped up. Peraza should have this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Astros, third baseman Carlos Correa.
Now Correa up to hit.
Hey!
Liner picked on the hop at first. Shanuel takes it himself, and there's 2 away.
Up next for the Astros, catcher Yainer.
Now the Angels manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Jordan Romano is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the
New
Angels,
pitcher in the game for the
number
Angels,
70.
number 70.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the catcher, Yainer Diaz, known for his rocket arm behind the plate.
Hey! Ball 1.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one upstairs. Backed off the
Inside,
plate
ball
that
3.
time. Two down, nobody on. And he swings through that one. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Laced to right center, base hit. So he battled through a long at-bat and earned himself a hit.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there, we see the result.
Here's the center fielder, Jake Myers.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come. But you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Just off the inside edge. And a swing and a miss.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Astros.
First and second, 2 outs. Cam Smith will hit next. That one fouled hard the other way.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
Ball, that's up there.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 2 outs. That's a strike.
Go Angels.
Closer to getting out of the jam. That one outside.
That pitch is out.
Full count now. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. And a payoff pitch. Line drive, base hit. Doesn't stop. Heads for home. He'll score, and they take a 3-run.
Here.
Comes through with the RBI. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Jeremy Pena, the next to hit.
Yeah!
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. Out towards right center field. Adele moving under it. And the inning is over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 3-0. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Bennett Sousa. He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. Leading off, Zach Neto. The Halos in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff